Hi everyone, Kelly Mahler, occupational therapist, and I wanted to take some time to talk about how interoception science helps me to continue growing, shifting forward, learning, becoming a better therapist, a better parent, a better partner, and hopefully a better human being. Interoception science, if I'm really honest, has taught me a lot and has helped me grow in many areas. So I'm going to pick the top five. So area number one is really helping me to think about self-regulation, and are my expectations of self-regulation really fair? Thinking about a person's inner experience, that their interoceptive awareness, that process of noticing our body signals, connecting our body signals to the meaning, and also regulating our body signals. That's the definition of interoceptive awareness. And we know that IA is infused into every step of the self-regulation process. So if someone is experiencing an unreliable or uncertain inner experience, it is really unfair of us to set or expect these self-regulation goals. I think self-regulation is a really awesome goal, but we have to think, is it a realistic and fair expectation in where this person is at currently? So I see, like, for example, my work in the schools, lots of self-regulation goals, like the student will request a break independently, or they will seek out a sensory strategy independently. Those are all self-regulation goals. They require a lot of interoceptive awareness. And so if a person doesn't have that solid IA foundation, then what are we left with? We're left with co-regulation, where they're relying on other people in their lives, those trusted, safe people, to help them to identify and manage their body needs. And so we really need to use that IA science to establish, do we have fair self-regulation expectations? And if someone is currently working on building that clear inner experience, we need to be offering more co-regulation. And that brings me to point number two, co-regulation. Oh my goodness, how important co-regulation is. I've really known for quite some time that co-regulation is important, but to be completely transparent, I never realized just how important co-regulation is. Not only is co-regulation kind, when we respond to someone that needs co-regulation, we are sending a message that their inner experience is worthy of attention, that their inner experience is important enough for us to pay attention to, as well as for them to pay attention to. It's showing someone empathetic kindness. And I hear a lot of anxiety surrounding, especially responding to someone in distress. They'll say, well, responding, isn't that coddling? Or isn't responding, is that going to reinforce a negative behavior? The answer is no to both of those. When you respond to a person that is in need of co-regulation, you are sending that message that they are worthy. Their insides are worthy of attention. Area number three, compliance derails the interoceptive awareness experience. There is a lot of people talking about the dangers of compliance. Thankfully, compliance is really problematic for so many different reasons. And what is coming to light is just how problematic compliance is to our inner experience. Essentially, compliance approaches are teaching us that we need to ignore what our body needs in that moment in order to please another person, to meet their demands, to get their reinforcer. So it's sending a message, it's conditioning someone to ignore what their body needs in order to please other people. We're sending a message that other people's needs are more important than our own needs, our own body needs. Area number four, IA is highly changeable. I've seen and heard people curious about, like, can interoception be changed? Are there research studies out there looking at changing interoceptive awareness? And the resounding answer is yes. In the literature, it is very clear that interoception is a highly changeable experience. And one of the most powerful ways of changing our interoceptive awareness, helping us to understand our inner experience in a more clear way, is something called body mindfulness. Now, body mindfulness, paying attention to how our body feels in the current moment. There's a lot of literature out there showing just how important body mindfulness is to many different areas. Very big connection between body mindfulness and enhancing interoceptive awareness. And if you're thinking, oh, body mindfulness, like, I've tried that, it's not a match for me, it's not a match for my clients, you're not alone. I was with you in that same place. I have tried traditional forms of mindfulness. It's not a match for where I currently am. And also for a lot of my clients, traditional forms of body mindfulness is not a match for a variety of reasons. But guess what? We are having amazing outcomes with adapted forms of body mindfulness. And area number 5 is all about emotions and the relationship between interoception and emotions. My understanding in this area probably could potentially be the biggest shift. Interoception science has really shifted my understanding, my previous understanding of emotions. I thought that most people understood emotion words, and that if I went around labeling my clients' emotions, it would help them understand how they feel better. There's so many aspects of emotions that I just have been blown out of the water by interoception science. And we know that the emotional experience is so diverse amongst human beings, amongst neurotypes, and we're getting really granular in our discussions about just how different each one of us comes to experience the way our body feels. Some of us might put an emotion word to those interoceptive sensations, others might not. And so this is one area that we are really exploring in depth and learning more about emotions and interoception. Until next time.